Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to another day of learning with Mrs. R. I hope you had a great sleep and a great breakfast to start your day. So let's go ahead and get started. Today you're going to need two of your new books. You're going to need your SC book and your AB book. Today we're going to be doing two activities, one in each book. Okay, so go ahead and grab those. And if you don't have them, go ahead and press pause, get those, and get ready to go. Okay. All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you. And we are going to start today with learning a word family. So word families are when you put two letters together to make a sound. So for example, this is the ab word family, ab, and we say them quickly together, ab, and then we can add a new letter at the beginning to make new words. So this is ab. We add a D in the front, which is d, ab. Okay, so that's what we're going to be learning about today. So let's go ahead and turn to our first page in our book, and it says, let's learn ab. Okay, so right here it says trace and write. So I know this is going to be a little bit new for everybody, so we're just going to do this together. Okay, so go ahead and grab your pencil, and you're just going to trace over the G, the A, and the B, just like that. And then after you've traced over it, you're going to write it all by yourself down here at the bottom. Now that we've learned all our letters and you know how to write them, this should be pretty easy. So G-A-B. Now you may wonder, what does G-A-B mean? Gab means to talk. It's like sometimes people will say people are gabby. That means they like to talk a lot, okay? And then over here it says decorate. So this is where you can color it if you would like. You can color the picture immediately. Now down here it says highlight the ab words, which means everywhere you see a word with the AB in it, okay, an ab word, then you're going to highlight it. So inside of your little pencil bags that Mrs. R gave you, everyone has a highlighter. Now your highlighter may be green or purple or pink or blue or yellow. Mine just happens to be orange. So I'm going to open up my highlighter, and this is a very special marker that you can use, and it has a special ink in it that's very, very bright. Okay, so as we go along and look at each one of these words, we're going to look and see if it has the AB, ab, word family in it. So let's go ahead and read these words together. Sit, sit. Does sit have ab in it? Ab, cab. Can you hear the AB sound in cab? And you can see it too with your eyes, can't you? So you're going to highlight it just like that. Let's look at our next word. Tab, tab. Do you see the AB in the word tab? I do too. And in our last word, ab, lab. Like a lab is where scientists do their experiments. It's a lab, and I see AB in that word also, so I'm going to highlight it. So these are really fun markers, but we don't want to waste the ink, so we save them only for when we use them with our schoolwork. Okay? So you're going to want to make sure and put the lid on and snap it nice and tight, and then we'll put that to the side. Okay, so down here the directions say, write the ab words from the list above under the matching picture. So we have this list of words, and you see cab, tab, which is the top of a pop can, and lab. Okay, a cab is like a taxi. So we have a picture here of somebody sitting in a lab, which is probably a scientist. We have a picture here of the top of a pop can I was talking about, this part that you pull up. This is called the tab. And then down here, we have a cab. So we're going to put these words up here in the right spots. Okay, so this is lab, and we know ab. So we're going to write the word lab right here. And you can see how these boxes fit the letters, can't you? A long, tall letter will go in a tall box, and a short letter will go in a short box. And then we're going to write it again over here. Lab. Okay. So the next one is tab, tab. So we know this goes here because that's the tall letter. This is the short letter. And then there's another tall letter. Okay, tab. So we're just going to write it over here. Now, if Mrs. R is going too fast for you, you know you can push pause and just pause your video, and then you can catch up when you're ready, okay? All right, so down here we have cab, c-a-b, cab, c-a-b, cab, and then of course we're going to write it in our best handwriting over here on the side, just like that. So there we go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this to the side. We're all done with this. You guys did such a great job. And then if you have time later in the week, you can work more on that. Now, the next book we're going to need is our backload it so you can see SC. Okay, and this is called a blend. It's different than a word family. A word family usually comes at the end of a word, like see here with ab, it's at the end of the word, and then we add a letter at the front. Well, word families are different than blends. Blends come at the beginning most of the time. So SC says sk, sk. We say them fast together because if we said them slowly, it would go sk. But we want to say sk, sk, like in scarf, okay? So let's go ahead and open to the first page. Ooh, and this one we get to cut and glue. That'll be fun. Okay, so this says, let's sort with SC. And you remember SC says sk. Now here you see a picture of SC sk with thumbs up, and you see SC here with thumbs down. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the pictures down here at the bottom, and we're going to decide, does it have the sk sound or does it not have the sk sound? So what I'm going to have you do is grab your scissors. You're going to need scissors and glue, okay? And so if you don't have those yet, go ahead and pause and go ahead and grab the supplies you need. All right, so we're going to just do it easy. I'm going to turn my page sideways here and be careful not to cut the page underneath. And I'm just going to cut straight across and cut that piece off just like that. Okay, and then I'll fold this back so you can see it maybe better. I have to be a little tricky here with the paper. I can't really see if I can move this so you can see that better. There we go. Okay. So just have to adjust a little bit. Okay, so we've got all these squares now. We need to cut these out. So we're just going to cut on the dotted lines. And usually when you see dotted lines, it means you cut. But sometimes it means to fold too. So it's always really important to wait and get directions from your teacher, okay? So I know you guys are so good at listening. Okay, so I'm gonna cut all these out and then we're gonna sort them out and decide where they should go. Okay. Lots of cutting, but the more you cut, the faster you get at it. How do you think Mrs. R got so fast at it? Practice, 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 lots of practice when I was your age. Okay, so I'm making some more space here. So I've got all these little picture cards. So I'm gonna spread them out here. Let me move this back a little bit so we have a little bit more room. Okay, so I've got to spread these out. So, all right, and then I need my glue stick. Okay, so let's take a look at the first one. Scarecrow. Does scarecrow have the sk at the beginning? It does, doesn't it? Can you hear sk in scarecrow? So it's going to go on the side over here in the box with the thumbs up, okay? Here is one, van. Does van have the sk sound in it? No, it has the sound, I and ah and but I don't hear the sk sound. So we're going to put that in the side with the thumbs down, okay? Here's the next one. They're pointing to, the arrow's pointing to a scarf. Sk, scarf. Do you hear the sk sound in scarf? I do. Okay. Scarf. So that would go over here. Duck. Duck. Do you hear the sk sound in the word duck? I do not. I bet you don't either. So let's put that on this side. There's another one. Scale, scale, scale. Can you hear the sk in scale? Mm-hmm. I hear it. I bet you do too. Okay. Boat, boat. Do you hear a sk sound in boat? No, I don't either. And scar. See, when you get like a cut, sometimes you get a little scar. Sk. Can you hear the sk sound in scar? Yep, I do too. So we're going to put it over here. And that's okay if it went outside our box a little bit. And the last one, castle. Castle. Does castle have the sk sound in it? Castle. Listen carefully. Castle. Does it have a sk sound in it? That's a tricky one, though. It kind of sounds like it does, though, doesn't it? So over here with the sk sound, we have scarecrow, sk, scarecrow, sk, scarf, sk, scale, sk, scar. Now over here without the sk sound, we have van, duck, boat, and castle. So that castle one's a little tricky because it has the S sound. You can hear it, but it doesn't quite have that SC, the sk sound. Okay. All right. So if you like coloring and you want to color in these pictures, you can do that now. Okay. So we're all done with that part. So you can put that to the side unless you want to color. All right, so I hope you guys have a great day. I know you've got lots of more learning to do with science and social studies and health and probably some math. So I hope you guys have a great day of learning. Work really hard for your moms and dads as they're your teachers at home right now. And just do your very best and know that Mrs. R is very proud of you and all the hard work and the learning you're doing at home. So I hope you have a great day and I will see you all very, very soon.